Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ Tripp, and welcome to the rapid reaction of WWE Summerslam 2018. That was a particularly interesting ending. We'll get to that in a second. But I think let's go throughout the entire evening. They really may have to stop doing all of these like pre-show matches or something like that because they keep doing these matches when there are like hundreds upon hundreds of people in the building. And it's kind of so crazy. So let's get it started. Lana and Rusev versus Almas and Vega. This was the on the kickoff show, and this was the first one. And when the guys were in, it was okay. When the girls got in, it was not really going. I mean, I'm not sure how much of a trained how much of a trained wrestler Zelina Vega is. I don't know if she's been doing this for a long time, or if she just or if she's if she was in NXT, in the Performance Center for a long time, and then just hooked on with seeing Almas or anything like that. And Lana's been trying to do this for a couple years now herself. I have to move over a little bit. So and never mind the thing in the background. That's gonna when I leave when I stop this, that's gonna go out. But I don't know, man. It's just when the girls get in, it just wasn't it wasn't clicking, and it seems like Lana has to go half speed to make sure that she gets everything that she needs to do. Like if she goes full speed, then something screws up or something. And in the end was that she rolled Zelina Vega rolled up Lana, put her feet on the ropes, and Lana wasn't even kicking her legs. She was just standing there taking it. And it's one thing to, of course, stay there and do what you gotta do for the pin, but it's one to sell it like you're trying to do something. So I don't know. I had it at 2 stars. Vega and Almas with the victory. The next match was then the cruiserweight. The next match was the cruiserweight match between Cedric Alexander and Drew Gulak, and this was, I thought this was pretty good. I like some of the things that they did, and I like Cedric is a great seller. I can see why he's a baby face, and you see why he's the champion. He's a great seller. Doing some great moves, and I think what he did, and him and Drew Gulak, they went out and did some pretty interesting stuff. So Cedric Alexander won, and he retained his cruiserweight champion. Now he's been a cruiserweight champion ever since WrestleMania, so that should be interesting. So we'll see where that goes from there. The Raw Tag Titles was next. The B Team with the Revival. The Big Team retained, but however, I have to be honest. I was doing something else. I was watching something else at the time. I couldn't, and I wasn't looking at all of it, so I couldn't particularly give it a star rating. So I just left it blank. So I'll let you guys put in your star rating for the shows, and if that's what, and feel free to do that down in the comment section. If you have, if you have something that you think is you disagree with one of my ratings, or just want to feel like sharing your own ratings, please do that down in the comments section. So we kick off the actual show with the IC title match between Ziggler and Rollins, and I had this at 4 stars. This was probably the best match of the night. Obviously, by my ratings. And and it was good. And I thought we got the thing where Dean Ambrose was going to help Seth. He gave it to Rollins, and actually Seth actually won. He became the Intercontinental Champion again. So So now there's a reason for Dean Ambrose to turn heel because his Shield brothers are now champions. So that should be interesting. He didn't turn tonight, and I see why for good reason, as something happened later on in the show. So, but yeah, good match. These two can't. These two are good workers, so they're going to put on a good match. And I was actually surprised that they were the opener, but it probably was the right idea. The next match was SmackDown tag team match, and to be very honest with you, like I've said this before, right? They were, I was hoping that the New Day would, get something out of the Bludgeon Brothers, and it was starting to happen. They were kicking it into gear. They were doing some good stuff, and I really was starting to enjoy it. And then they got the DQ. So I guess they're gonna head on out, and maybe a couple of years ago, I don't think it was last year, but a couple of years ago, the New Day did the Hell in a Cell with the Usos. So maybe we're gonna get New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers inside Hell in a Cell. So we'll have to see where that goes. But as of right now, I was really liking it. I was kind of unfortunate that the New Day did not win. But the next match was Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Braun Strowman it pretty much was a squash match. Pretty much was good. I put it at a half a star, but it pretty much was a squash match. It really was. That's exactly what it was. It was a squash match. And Braun, the choke slam. I mean, Corey Graves said he bounced, and I'm thinking, did he bounce? And on the replay, he did. When he choke slammed Kevin Owens onto the steel step, he did bounce. So listen, this should be done and over with between Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. So we'll just have to wait and see what goes down with that. Next was the SmackDown Women's title. It was the three-way dance between Carmella and Charlotte and Becky. Some good action here. I had it at 3 3/4 stars. But Charlotte won, and we got the Becky heel turn. And from the moment that that you saw Charlotte beat Charlotte when they did that thing on SmackDown when Charlotte beat what's her face to get into the match, and Becky was a lot of us said, Becky heel turn. But as the weeks going on, we kind of almost focused. It kind of started to seem that maybe the heel turn might actually be on Charlotte. And we started to think that. But yes, I mean, this was the right idea. I mean, we seen face Becky versus heel Charlotte. It's now time to see heel Becky versus face Charlotte. And now I will say this. I thought that they were turning Bayley heel when Bayley, brutalized Sasha Banks. But that didn't happen. So my guess would be is that this is what this is. This is what a face turn. And as everybody cheered, they're gonna be, I believe they're gonna be in Brooklyn again for Tuesday Night SmackDown or somewhere in the New York area. So it's going to be a lot of smart fans. So they're not going to be able to do really anything with the Becky Lynch heel turn. I probably would say that they probably should just keep both the ladies off the thing and then wait till next week. Then have Becky come out and then have Becky explain and then cut down the fans. If she's going to be cut down the fans and say, when you do that thing, I busted my ass to get a one-on-one match for the SmackDown Women's title. And then Charlotte jumps in and they, and automatically gets put in. And what did you guys do? You guys did nothing. You cheered. All you did was cheer. The Brooklyn crowd is a bunch of noobs, so they don't even know what they were talking about. Whatever. So, so I like to see that. So it's good on them, and hopefully we will get. Hopefully this will lead to like an Evolution pay-per-view come a match at the Evolution pay-per-view. Excuse me. Then we had the WWE title match between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, and yeah, this was good. I had a 3 and 3/4 star match. I think the one thing that I think was very interesting because it was another DQ, just like with Shinsuke Nakamura. So obviously, and they're probably going to be one of the Hell in a Cell matches with Joe and Styles. That's probably going to be one of the Hell in a Cell matches. So that's good for them. And then maybe they put the title on Joe, then maybe they don't. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was it's pretty good. They brought in Wendy. They had Wendy's Wendy's. They had AJ's wife, which is Wendy, and they had a daughter along there. And Joe gets on the on the mic, and he just cut. He goes, "Oh, you are, you see your daddy home. I'll be your daddy." And it was oh my goodness, it was this is one of those things where you just. You can't just do that. You can't just do that. So, and then that AJ snapped and he got disqualified, and that was it. But man, that was just totally incredible and absolutely fantastic. So, good on them. We'll get to see this one more time. The next match was the Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, and I had it at 3.5 stars, but I got to be honest with you, I was actually very surprised that this wasn't actually better, because Miz has been a better worker since WrestleMania 32. Since WrestleMania 32 happened, he had been on the road. He had become a great worker. He put on fantastic matches with some of the best. Been a part of those matches. So to see a Daniel Bryan, maybe one of the best. Well, I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if they maybe went out there and intentionally didn't do a fantastic match because they need to set up something bigger and better, and that's always great. But I was kind of surprised that it wasn't better. Like I said, I had it at 3.5, which means it was very good. But I'm just surprised it wasn't better. The match ended when Maurice gave Miz brass knuckles, and he hit him, and he took him down and pinned him. So obviously it's not gonna go on. I do think at some point, I do think at some point that somehow Miz is gonna get his hands on the championship. Daniel Bryan is gonna win the Royal Rumble. And then that's going to lead to Daniel Bryan and The Miz at WrestleMania. I just think that. I kind of just think that that's the way it is, right? That's the way, it's, yeah, we should be. And maybe at some point, somewhere in there, maybe Bryan gets a win over The Miz so that you kind of make it one for Miz, one for Bryan going into that WrestleMania match. But, so, hell, maybe you can even have that match at the Royal Rumble, right? Maybe have the match where the winner would end up being the number 1 guy, and the loser would be the winner would be number 30, and the winner would be number 1. Have Daniel Bryan win, he'd be number 30. Have Miz lose, he'd be number 1. And then have Miz go all the way to him and Daniel Bryan, and have Daniel Bryan throw him over, and then Daniel Bryan gets it. So just have it. No, you can't do that. If the Miz is the champion. Although The Miz could win the championship at favorite, whatever. But you know what I mean. I'm going through everything, but with you guys know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So hopefully they can they get an opportunity to do this again. Hopefully on a bigger stage, and hopefully for the WWE title. The next match was the Baron Corbin Finn Balor match, and I just had a feeling. I had a feeling we were getting the Demon. I had a feeling we were getting the Demon. Even though they didn't promote it, and they didn't, they didn't talk about it. They didn't speak of it. I just had this feeling that the demon was gonna come out tonight. And then, of course, when you know it, when Baron Corbin, the lights turn low, and then you hear that, you know, and then he goes to the, he goes into his regular music, and I'm like the demon, and it's just it gave the crowd a pop. It was a surprise. So good for them, and that was a pretty much a squash match too. Finn Balor won in pretty convincing fashion. So there goes anything for Baron Corbin, I guess. any momentum they were putting on him. The U.S. title was the next match. It was Shinsuke Nakamura against Jeff Hardy, and I had 2.5 stars. It was okay. I really don't think these guys have too much of a connection together. So, and Jeff Hardy's hurt. So there's a lot of things that are probably going on and going around that aren't really good. So, whatever it is, it's just not happening. So Shinsuke won. Hit him with the Kinshasa. Hit him with knee to face. After, for some odd reason, Jeff Hardy decides to do a swanton off the top rope onto the apron where Nakamura was there, and Nakamura moved out the way, and whatever. So I don't know. So after the match, Randy Orton comes out there and he starts walking out there, and he goes, and then he stops and then he just walks away. So I'm not sure what that was about, but obviously we're probably going to get... Look, tried not to yawn all this time. Tried to. Just couldn't do it. We didn't get a lot of things. We didn't get a lot of things explained to us tonight, so it's okay. The next match was the Raw Women's Title match, and it was Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. And I have been saying for the longest time that this match needs to be a squash match, basically. The way they kind of set this up, it needed to be a squash match. And what it needed to be, and that's pretty much what it was. It needed to be Alexa Bliss just giving Ronda like a slap or something, and Ronda completely destroying her. And that is exactly what it was. And they used Alexa Bliss's double jointedness to kind of show her, doing her elbow a certain way, and then Ronda locked on that elbow lock, and Bliss tapped out. And Ronda's the new Raw Women's Champion. Now, Natalya was there. She came out before the competitors, and fans in Brooklyn gave her a nice warm welcome, which is good. They did not do so with the Bella Twins, who were there, and they were They rude the Bella Twins and everything like that. But there's a rumor that one of the matches, maybe the main event of the Evolution pay-per-view would be Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. So maybe that and maybe that's what it is. I saw PWM, excuse me. He put up there. Why would they put the Evolution main event be Nikki versus Ronda? And I put Nikki. I was thinking, who is it Nikki Cross? I completely forgot about Nikki Bella. She hasn't been on television for so long, So, I mean, so what does it even mean? So, but yeah, so there's a little rumor about that happening, and so we'll have to see where that happens. We'll have to see what goes on with that. Ronda's the new Raw Women's Champion, and and I think this was a good way So now, if they decide to do the rematch thing with Alexa at Hell in a Cell, they can now actually have maybe a little bit more of a match. They can actually do maybe like a 10 to 15 minute match between these two ladies, and they can actually have Ronda, get heat on her and everything. So, but we'll see how it goes. For how long Ronda should hold the championship, I mean, who knows? At this point, when she loses it, she's not gonna lose it to somebody who's like who out fought her, out wrestled her. She's gonna lose it in some type of screw job way. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. Yeah. So then now the final match, the main event was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and I think the WWE did a smart thing here, a very, very smart thing. They had Braun come down, get in the ring, and say that, and he talked about him not doing anything. He's going to be a face-to-face champion. He's going to cash it in. Right? He talked about all that. He's going to stand outside the ring, and he's going to wait for the winner. And the match started, and we get a flurry. We get 3 Superman punches. We get a couple of spears, and then when he goes for the third one, Brock locks in the guillotine choke. The guillotine choke. Roman breaks it. Then he goes for it again. Roman breaks it again. And then Brock starts to do the Germans and everything like that. And then and when he goes for the F5, Roman misses it, and then Roman blocks it, jumps down, goes for a spear, and through his spear, he flies through the ropes, and he hits what's his face? He hits Braun. So then Brock throws Brock at that point gives Strowman an F5, and he starts beating him with the briefcase. There's a steel chair out there for some reason, and he starts hitting him with the steel chair. So he gets in the ring, going to intentionally disqualify himself to his Roman Reigns. Roman comes off, hits his third spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is the new Universal Champion. And here's why it was smart. Other than a "you both suck" chant, there was really no shitting on this match from the crowd, but the crowd was waiting for the cash in from Braun. They were, whether it was going to actually be a match and then Braun would cash in, or Braun would just say, "Hell, I lied, I'm cashing in now." They were waiting on the cash in, so they were more focused on Braun than it was, trying to shit on this match. It's like someone on Twitter said, there wasn't nobody what I saw really left, and they wasn't gonna leave to begin with because they wanted to see, because I think they were thinking that there was gonna be a cash in tonight. I think everybody thought there was gonna be some type of cash in tonight, whether it was gonna be from Braun or from Owens. I mean, after Braun destroyed Owens, we knew it was gonna be from Braun. So and we get something towards that. So everybody was gonna stay. And they did. And another thing is that I'm sure they had to try to figure out how they could beat Brock, on Roman without him looking like going to the UFC. Obviously, from the way the UFC perspective, they would say him losing to a and this is them saying it, not me. A phony wrestler guy or whatever, phony fighter. Although I'm pretty sure Roman could probably beat some of the guys in the UFC ass too. Listen, don't get me wrong. A lot of the WWE superstars are tough guys, are amateur wrestlers, and they can take down a lot of those UFC guys, and a lot of the boxing guys. So just don't think that because that it's scripted that these guys, the WWE superstars, and the and the women superstars, couldn't beat up anybody in the UFC or any other mixed martial arts league that they could. So there you have it. And we have Roman Reigns. He's the Universal Champion. We now have a full-time champion, and now we see where it goes from here. There was some things that there was going to be a Kevin Owens Roman Reigns match at Hell in a Cell. So we will have to see how that happens. Now, is that still going to go ahead and is that still going to be for the title? Is that not going to be for the title, or is it going to be someone else? And we'll have to see where Brock is, because I don't know Brock. Because Brock could be, he could be, the way Brock is, he likes money. So Brock getting paid like $500,000 per appearance. He could easily take an appearance to appear tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. He can take he can take an appearance to come back at another pay-per-view. But some people have said that this is Brock Lesnar's last WWE pay-per-view, and I think it's best. Because I think creatively they've done what they can do with Brock. They really have. They've done what they can do with Brock. I do not want to see another Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley is intriguing, but I don't need to see it. So yeah, they've done what they really could have done with Lesnar, and it's not like I have disdain for him or anything like that, but I don't need to see Brock Lesnar anymore in the WWE ring. So Roman Reigns is a champion. That's good. They didn't screw him over. It's really I was getting ready to come. I was getting ready to come on here in some form of fashion because I was starting to really doubt myself, and I was really starting to say that that he wasn't going to win. I said that he had to win this time, right? He had to win. Because they say he's the guy, then he had to win. And actually, what I wanted Reigns to win. I wanted the match, like with Finn Balor. I could have took a 15 minute match. Even though I like seeing the Demon, I could have took a 10 to 15, even 20-minute match with Finn Balor, and Baron Corbin having a competitive matchup, and just taking the 5 minutes that they had and put that in this match and had this Roman destroyed, Lesnar, So, but it is what it is. So now we'll see how everything goes. This should be a weight off of everybody's shoulders. People aren't still gonna like Roman any more than they do because he was the champion, and that's not gonna happen. He's still gonna have his distractors already. There's somebody on Twitter that immediately said, I think one thing the WWE Universe can all agree on is that Roman should not be a champion. I wrote back to him, no, but disagree on that, brother. I think he should be a champion. I think he should be, he should be a top guy, a Universal Champion or the WWE Champion. He should be one of those guys, and he should always be in contention for that. That being said, I've said this before in other videos. The way they haven't treated him like the guy, the WWE hasn't, and I was willing to say if he somehow either lost to Lesnar, or if he was there was a cash in and he wasn't involved, in somehow, with and if he wasn't like, he had to beat Lesnar. In my eyes, he had to beat Lesnar, and he did. And he beat Lesnar, so that's good. Now I will say this: I don't want to see a cash in within the next couple months. I really don't. I've always said this. I think this is a perfect way to go about it. He does the September thing. He does the October thing in Australia. November is going to be the Raw versus SmackDown thing. I would hope that they're going to do the whole champion versus champions thing that they did last year. I like to see him play on somebody. Then I like to see the cash in after that. I like to see the cash in after that. See, and then have Braun beat Roman, and then Braun hold the title like that. I think that would be interesting. So, and that'd be a better a better spot for it. And then Braun can take it into the new year, maybe even take it into WrestleMania. Although I still would like to see Roman versus Dean versus Seth for Triple Threat. So, yeah. So, all in all, I think SummerSlam was, listen, once again, SummerSlam wasn't going to be able to outdo TakeOver. It just wasn't. And that's unfortunate. I apologize for that. It wasn't going to be able to take over a TakeOver. TakeOver was intended 5 matches. All 5 matches were over 4 stars. Only one match tonight over 4 stars, and that was actually the first match of the actual event. So, yeah. I mean, I think this is good. I think it was good enough. I do think they're gonna have to like figure out a way with this because what they're just gonna have to do, I think, in my opinion, because I just don't think 6 hours is good. Like I kind of understand 4 hours, you know, for the big 4, but pregame shows, kickoff shows should be an hour at the most. It should be an hour, and maybe has one match. So the fact that it doesn't, yeah. So you know the big 4 should have the 4 hours, and the other pay-per-views should have the 3 hours, and they have to. They just have to deal with it. They have to deal with not having every match, every title on the card. And guess what? That's them fault for splitting up the titles. Guess what? Unify the heavyweight champions, unify the women's champions, unify the tag champions. And then guess what? You can do a 3-hour show and you can have all 4 champions on the card. But you can. You have all 4 champions on the card, and you can put in 2 other matches to go. You have a 6-match card. So it's just crazy. All right, y'all. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys thought. If you guys like it, give me again, like I said earlier, give me your star ratings for all of the matches. What you thought was cool. What you thought what wasn't. What you would have liked to see done differently. And we're gonna check out what's going on. Make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. If you don't know, if you just come here for my rapid reaction to the pay-per-views, in case you haven't heard, every Saturday I'm doing a That's a Shoot video. That's what I call it. I call it That's a Shoot. This is where I talk about the goings on in WWE and in professional wrestling. And then I have a segment on that episode where I call Put Over and Bury. Why I put over something good in professional wrestling, and I put over something, and I bury something bad in professional wrestling. And there are going to be occasions when I do special episodes. We got the Mae Young Classic coming up. I'm going to watch that and have special review episodes of that. Again, I'm hoping what they do it that they ran the commercial for today, and they said that it's going to be you're going to do it like Wednesday, September 3rd. It's going to start. So I'm hoping that they don't release like 4 episodes in a day, and they just release 1 episode a week. Because so or maybe 2 or something like that, but not like 4. So. But we'll see what they do. But I will have special episodes of That's a Shoot on there, and we'll see what they're about, and I'll probably do my reviews on that. So, and then like the last show this past yesterday's one was about it was my NXT predictions and SummerSlam predictions. So yeah, so it's a fun thing. I think you'll like it. Go ahead and check it out. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.